Alright, you are welcome to another edition of the Transformed Seminar for Teenagers. My name is Noah Tuleke Afelduafe, also known as Mr. Purpose, Mr. Purpose International, bringing you exceptional truths for life transforming truths. This evening is another loaded package. Just waiting for you guys to come on live. For everyone that tuned in to the last edition, thank you for tuning in. Tonight we'll be looking at 10 things teenagers need but don't want. 10 things teenagers need but don't want. And coincidentally, this is the 10th day of April 2021. We're looking at 10 things teenagers need but don't want. I learned these 10 things about 21 years ago, and I have been living by these truths for about 21 years. So please tell your friends that Mr. Purpose is up again with another powerful edition of the Transformed Seminar for Teenagers. We'll be going into what we have to share in a few minutes. Please quickly tell your friends, and then as you come online, let us know where you are tuning in from. Wherever you are in Nigeria, USA, Canada, United Kingdom, Dubai, Russia, wherever you are tuning in from, you are very welcome. I also want to use this opportunity to send condolences to the royal family in the United Kingdom, Buckingham Palace, for the passing away of the Duke of Edinburgh. He lived a long life that I believe was impactful. At 99, he has gone away. Let me also quickly announce that next week, Saturday, we'll be having another edition of the Transformed Seminar. It's titled 99% is not enough. 99% is not enough. Just breathe. So, while we allow the song to just stay our hearts, the worship music by Juicy Oyekon, one of my favorite in this season, very anointed gospel minister. Our hearts are ready for another transformation through the inspiration of God's word that will be coming to us this evening. If you're a teenager out there, I want to congratulate you, because what you're about to hear has the power to transform your life. Information is the mother of transformation. Inspiration is the foundation for impartation. Impartation is a higher level of information. This is when a certain principle becomes one with your spirit, and then you are able to live out that principle without having to think about it. It becomes a part of you. See, when you eat food, that food digests and it enters into your bloodstream. If its quality nutrients you took into your body, then you would see that you become healthier. So it is with the quality of information or inspiration that you receive. Okay? So the quality of information that you receive will determine the quality of transformation that happens inside of you. So this evening we're looking at 10 things that teenagers need but don't want, and why these 10 things has the power to make, even as an adult, it will make you to be 10 times better than anyone in your field. So if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Mr. Purpose. I'm the founder of Nigeria's first and leading self-discovery academy called the Purpose School, and this is the Transformed Seminar coming to you live from the headquarters office. Thank you, Theo_Olua, for joining us. Please, can you inform more of your friends, and wherever you're joining from, can you just leave it in the comment section where you are joining from tonight. This is the second edition of the Transform Seminar after what we had last week. Powerful. Thank you for your comments and your feedback. And so today we'll be looking at 10 things teenagers need but don't seem to want it, because these things are not surface things. They are things that require some depth, some sacrifice, some pursuit, and some intentional approach is needed. Okay, so let us kick off. And my emphasis tonight, or the character that we will be bringing to light tonight, is the biblical character Joseph. Joseph will be our Bible character, and as we go along, I will bring in recent day examples of people that have been exceptional in their fields for each point that we have to share tonight. So, one of the fundamental things that will transform your life as a young person is the power of vision. And that's the very first thing we're looking at tonight. Vision is the first thing that every young person needs to live an exceptional life. Vision has dimensions to it. Vision has rules and principles that govern it. But we are looking at vision from the realm whereby God impregnates you with a vivid, clear, inspiring picture of the future that He has planned for your life. And it was evident that Joseph was a young man with a vision. In Genesis, the Bible says at the age of 17, Joseph had a dream. And this dream gave him a vivid mental picture of his future. And he became pregnant with a future reality that could not be seen by the people around him at that time. So as a teenager, you must crave and pursue vision. You must chase the source of vision, and that is God Almighty. God is the general overseer of destiny, and He has a predestined end point for each person. So tonight, before I go too far, let us try to define what vision is. What is vision? What is vision? First of all, vision cannot mean to see. It means to see. It also means to be able to have foresight. To have foresight, to have discernment. It also has to do with your imagination. It also has to do with the quality of inspiration you have. It can also be awareness that is beyond the physical. Awareness beyond what is seen to the physical eyes. Or perception. Or you can also call it inventiveness. Inventiveness. But for this seminar, I want you to have it written down this way. That vision is the revelation of a future event that will happen, but it is hidden from others. Vision is the revelation of a future event that will happen, but it is hidden from others. But the details of that future event is revealed to you in phases. Is revealed to you in phases. So you must keep in touch, a close relationship with the source of vision, and that is God. When you are impregnated by God with a picture of your future, it will change your behavior today. It will give you the capacity to create new daily habits that will begin to prepare you for that future dream, for that future reality that is in God's realm has already happened. Vision is God revealing to you what has already taken place in His realm, and then you must now cultivate daily habits, preparing yourself for what God has prepared for you. And that's what happened to Joseph. When you become vision driven, you will not be sitting in front of the television aimlessly. When you are vision driven, you will not be moved also by what you see happening on television or on social media. You will not be moved by the trends happening all around you. Rather, you will be focused on preparing yourself for that future event, so that you can prevent what happens to a lot of people. When opportunity shows up, their quality and level of preparation is far lower than that opportunity, and that leads to frustration, regrets, and failure. So the first thing you need as a teenager, as a young person, you need it. It's not a suggestion, it is a need. The way you need air to survive, you need vision to thrive. You need vision to thrive. And I said, vision is the revelation of a future event that will happen. It is hidden from others, but it is hidden for you. When you see the future through the eyes of vision, it will create in you the next thing that you need to be an exceptional young person, which is values. That's the second thing every young person needs to cultivate today to become a valuable person tomorrow. So vision is the first thing every teenager or young person needs. When you are pregnant, if a woman is pregnant, her daily habits will change. Her eating habit will change. How she sleeps will change. The clothes that she wears will change. She will begin to imagine the day of delivery. When God impregnates you today with the vision for your life, your daily habits will change. If your daily habits do not change, if you are struggling with some bad habits, what you need is vision. If you pray for from now till next year and you are not pregnant with vision, some habits will not die. But one of the antidotes to bad habits is receiving a true, genuine vision from God. Okay, and that's why God said in the book of Joel, He said, I will pour my spirit upon all flesh. The young men will see visions, and the old men will dream dreams. For old people, there's still an opportunity for you to be able to fulfill the dreams that you missed out on in the future. I'll get there later, but today I'm focused on teaching young people on how to maximize the future. It is said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And one of the raw materials God will give to you is vision. He gave Joseph a vision. He gave David a vision. He gave Daniel a vision. And that's why Daniel was able to separate himself and he didn't contaminate himself, though he had contact with the people of Babylon. But because of the vision he was pregnant with, he did not suffer contamination. So when you are pregnant with vision, though you have interactions with people of the world, you will not suffer contamination of the mind. You will not suffer contamination of your kingdom values, or you will not suffer contamination to your future, because you are pregnant with a God-given vision. Men of vision are able to take the required steps today, not convenient steps. They require steps today to create the future realities that is hidden from others, but it is real to them. And that will birth in you the second thing that is needed for a long-term success, which is values. When you are vision driven, you will be value driven. That's the second thing that every teenager or young person needs on a daily basis. You need values. So what are values, or what is a value? A value is having regard for something, the regard that something is held in, or the importance or the worth or the usefulness of something. Values can also be defined as the principles or standards of behavior. Your value would also determine how you judge things, what you place importance on, what you place emphasis on. If you don't have a vision that is given to you by God, you won't value prayer. You won't value studying the Bible. You won't value praying in the Holy Ghost. You won't value certain things because you are not yet pregnant with a vision. So the first thing that you need is a strong vision about the future. The second thing that you need, which is sourced from having a strong vision, is values. Your values. Now listen to me. You cannot become valuable if you are unable to value what God places value on. You cannot become valuable in life if you do not value what God places value on. Having values means having standards. Having standards. Living by high standards. And it is those who live by high standards that will stand out in life. It is those who live by high standards that will stand out in life. You must value values like telling the truth, diligence, hard work, going the extra mile. Joseph is our Bible character today, and we are seeing the life of Joseph. His father sent him on an errand. You must value being a young person who likes to render service. Do you value serving others, or you feel you are too big to serve? If you feel you are too big to serve, then you are too small to be served. If you feel you are too big to serve, then you are also too small to be served. All the great men and women that you see today doing great and wonderful things are men and women who are service driven. They value service. They value volunteering their time, their talent, and their treasure to add value to people, to places. Now Joseph was adding value to his biological father, who was also his mentor. So who are you adding value to as a teenager? Are you just consuming your parents' resources, or you are you are a value adding teenager? Are you a VIP? Are you a value adding teenager? Are you a VAT? Are you a VAT? Or are you a BAT? Are you a VAT or are you a BAT? Are you a value adding teenager, or are you a teenager that consumes resources? Do you value service? So Joseph was sent by his father to check on his elder brothers. Now, for you to become who God has destined you to be, you must also have concern for other people is a leadership value. You must have care and concern for others. Joseph was sent by his father to go check on his brothers to see how they were doing. But now the key point I want to bring out from here is that Joseph was an extra miler. When he got to the location they ought to have been, the Bible says that they were not there. And Joseph did not turn back to go home and give the excuse the average teenager would have given. He went the extra mile to ask someone he met there and said, I'm looking for my brothers. They are supposed to be here. And they told him they have gone farther in search of a pasture for the sheep. And Joseph went the extra mile. And that was what God used as the foundation that launched him into his predestined future. That was where they conspired to sell him into slavery. It looked like a negative circumstance, but all things were actually working together for his good. Now, your daily values will determine how valuable you will be in the day of opportunity. Another character to learn from is the young champion David. David was 17 when he confronted Goliath. He was also an extra miler. You see, the day he faced Goliath was not the day he learned how to use the sling. So he had value. He had the value for daily practice. He had the value for daily practice. Do you practice on your talent daily? Do you practice on your ability daily? Do you have a daily prayer life? Do you have a daily study habit? Are you that teenager that is adding value to him or herself daily? The secret of your future, like I said before, is hidden in your daily routine. The day David faced Goliath was not the day he learned how to use the sling. So you must crave values. Now, teenagers need values, but a lot of teenagers want valuables. They want valuables. You want the iPads, you want the iPhone, you want the gadgets, you want a very expensive handset, but you need to transform your mindset, because your mindset is more important than your handset. The third thing that you need as a teenager or a young person to thrive and be exceptional is character. Character. Wow. Character is the summation of who you are, especially when you are under pressure. Character is the summation of your belief system, your daily habits, your personality, your values, and it is informed from the first thing I mentioned, which is your vision. Your character is what will sustain you. It's an invisible part of your person that is revealed when you are under pressure. Joseph, again, has to be talked about here. He was under pressure from his boss's wife. She was putting pressure on him for him to sleep with her. And Joseph had the character to say no. Now, his character was tested, and his value. Now, I want to pick out the points here. Joseph had a vision. He got into trouble. He was sold as a slave, but he still held on to his values. And in the midst of doing his work in a strange land with so much attention to detail, he began to excel. The boss's wife noticed him, and this created what a lot of us would call temptation. But listen, what you call temptation is actually an opportunity for your character to be revealed or your character to dissolve. If you have not been building your life on values that are godly values, in a season of testing, your your character will crumble. You need to focus on character over mascara. This generation, we like to focus on the things people can see. You want to when you make a post on Instagram, you are more focused on the number of people that liked your post. You are not focused on whether you are living a daily life that pleases God. A person of character is a person that is living his life to please an audience of one. You are living your life to please an audience of one. Your character is what will sustain you in the season of crisis. Every teenager, every young person that will go far in life needs to build character. And character is built one day at a time. It is said that champions are not made in the ring. They are made in the gym. They are made in the gym. They sweat it out every day. They go through the rigors to gain the vigor that is needed to fulfill destiny. And if it is destiny that you want to fulfill, then you need character. You need the character that will wake you up in the middle of the night to pray, to study. You need the character. You need character to get back up again when life knocks you down. You must be able to pull yourself back up when life gives you a knockdown. You tell yourself this is not a knockout, because you have a purpose to fulfill, and God has impregnated you with a vision that is beyond just you making it or becoming a success. It's a vision that He has shown you that you will be used by Him to bless many lives all over the world. And you know that because of others, you have to stand strong. So character will make you an outstanding person. It will give you the capacity to tell the truth even when you know it might put you in trouble, like Joseph. He ran away from that temptation. He was lied against, and he took all of that shame in good faith, knowing that a high flyer must not be a liar. Anybody who's going to be a high flyer must determine not to tell white lies today, because a loophole can sink a mighty ship. So you need to focus on building character. Character versus mascara. You build your character in secret, and God will honor you in the public. That's the third thing that every teenager needs, but a lot of people don't want that because it takes time to build character. You pay the price for character building by sweating it out in the gym of life, and then God eventually, when He sees that you are ready for the big stage, He exposes you to the fame and glory. I like this Bible verse so much. It's from 2 Corinthians. I will need to read it. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 or thereabout. Let me quickly turn there. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. It is one of my favorite verses when it comes to character building. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Yes, verse 16. It says here, it says, that is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things that we see now will soon be gone. The things we cannot see will last forever. I like the way it said in the King James that our light afflictions are working for us a far more exceeding weight of glory. So whatever trouble may be around you right now is like the hot water that is needed for the content of the tea bag to be revealed, or the fire that is needed to refine the raw gold for it to become polished, purified gold. So for you to shine, you need to go through the furnace of affliction for your character to mature. So don't jump out of a pressure situation. My dear young friend, don't jump out of a pressure situation. Pressure is designed to transform the latent treasure inside of you into polished treasure. Pressure, I'll say again, is designed to transform the latent treasure inside of you into polished, refined treasure. And fire is gold's best friend. For raw gold to be transformed to become what it was destined to be, then it needs an environment of fire. So character is the fourth thing that every teenager or young person needs to build, but a lot of people don't want that. The fifth thing that you need is it's called clear conscience. Clear conscience. Apostle Paul talked about that when he mentioned that I wish that your faith will be built on clear conscience towards God. I want to read that for emphasis sake. For emphasis sake, I'd like to read that. If you go to Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5. Say the purpose of my instruction is that all believers will be filled with love that comes from a pure heart, a clear conscience, and genuine faith. As a teenager, you need to continuously ensure that your conscience is clear. Your conscience is clear of things that can sink your faith, that can sink your destiny. You need to keep your conscience clear, because God looks at the heart. He looks deep within your heart to see your motives for doing things. So don't go into things just because you want to please people. Don't be an eye service, men pleaser kind of young person. Don't be a people pleaser. Focus on being a God pleaser. You would live a far more prosperous life when your conscience is clear. You need to have a clear conscience. Having a clear conscience is like having the restroom flushed. So that means things like unforgiveness, bitterness, malice, resentment, you make sure you live a life that is void of all of these things. Joseph, again, is our character that exhibited this capacity to have a clear conscience, whereby though he experienced so much negativity, he always cleared his conscience. That is you clicking on the refresh button of your soul on a daily basis. That means you forgive everyone that's offended you on a daily basis. It leaves you spiritually light for great flight. It leaves you spiritually light for great heights as well. If you are going to fly so high in life, you need the capacity to have a clear conscience. Have you ever tried to travel with excess luggage before at the airport? You'll be told you can't go with this excess bag or excess luggage because there is a required weight that is allowed on the aeroplane. So if you're going to go very far and very high in life, you need your conscience to be clear and to be free of unforgiveness, to be void of bitterness. When Apostle Peter approached Jesus asking him, how many times in a day can my brother offend me? Jesus gave us a shocking mathematical revelation. He said it's 70 times 7 times in a day before you have the right not to forgive someone, and it will require you being totally jobless to sit down and you are counting someone else's offenses, and you now count it with a calculator, you multiply it, and it's now 399, 300 by 400. You don't have that time. Those who are going to go very far in life don't have the time to accommodate people's sins in their hearts, because sin will sink the ship of your destiny, and you don't want your destiny to capsize. You want to remain baptized under the mighty hand of God, and also having the spirit of vision. The next thing that you need to be exceptional, to be outstanding, is genuine faith. Genuine faith. Genuine faith. You need to develop your capacity for faith. You need to develop your capacity for faith. Faith is the capacity to believe God for the impossible, because you are able to see the invisible. Faith is the capacity to believe God for the impossible, because you are able to see the invisible. And that's why vision is so fundamental. I started with vision as the first thing that every teenager needs. Teenagers need to be able to see into the future, and for you to chase after that invisible picture, you need faith. Genuine faith. No matter how brand new your tires are, if you do not have PMS, which is the premium motor spirit, in your vehicle, that car is going nowhere. So what petrol does to a car, and that's what faith does to us as human beings. You see, all the young people that have changed the course of history, they had genuine, uncommon faith. They were able to take uncommon steps in the face of adversity, in the face of challenges. Joseph, David, Thomas Edison, all of these people that you have read about in books, they are people of great faith. The Bishop Oyedepo of this world, Kenneth Copeland, Kenneth Hagin, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, Fela Durotoye, any great person you admire today, they started building their faith as teenagers. You need to develop winning faith as a teenager, because faith takes time for it to be built, and it takes a lifetime for you to see the benefits of faith. One thing that faith will do for you is that faith will help you to challenge the status quo. In case you are born into an environment that is totally negative, totally contrary to what God has shown you in your vision for your life, then faith will help you activate the realities of that picture that God has shown you. I say it this way: faith is what gives you the energy today to create synergy with the prophecy that God has spoken over your life to bring it to pass. I'll say that again. Faith is what gives you the energy today to create a synergy with the prophecy that God has spoken over your life to bring about that reality. Why? Prophecy without the right strategy will lead to a waste of energy. Prophecy without the right strategy will lead to a waste of energy. And faith is genuine faith. That is not that you are faking it, but you are living by a heavenly principle right here on the earth, taking daily steps to create the future reality God has shown you. Another thing or quality that you need as a teenager to make the purpose of God come to pass in your life is godly friends. You need godly friends. You need godly friends, not trending friends. You need godly friends, not trending friends. You need to prayerfully select your friends the way Daniel had Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. You need your own tribe. You need a company of vision-driven young people who will not compromise their future by going through shortcuts today. You need a company of people, a company of friends who want to do things the right way, who desire to go the extra mile, who are value-driven, who are focusing on building character. Why? Your company determines what accompanies you, and the quality of your association will determine your acceleration in life. Everyone doing great things, they are doing it in teams, and the quality of your self-esteem is determined also by the quality of people you decide to team up with. You must deliberately choose your friends based on godly values. Don't roll with fleas. You can't roll with dogs and then you expect fleas not to stick on you. So my dear friend, you need an association of godly friends. Another thing that you need as a teenager is service skills. Service skills. I see a lot of young people today who are eager for stardom, but they have not built the wisdom for stardom. The wisdom for stardom is to build character, to build values, to have a clear conscience, to have genuine faith. You need godly friends, and you also need service skills. When life brings you into the season of stardom, your gift can bring you into stardom, but if you do not have the right attitude, I pronounced it heartitude, that's your heart. Your heart is transformed into a servant's heart when you are service driven. If you are focused on fame, you will make some wrong decisions because you are in a hurry to become famous. But if you are focused on service, you will develop attitudes such as humility. You will develop attitudes such as teachability. You will be eager to correct your mistakes rather than showing the world what you can do. You need to develop the right service skills. Being hospitable, being teachable, being meek is not old-fashioned. You need the right service skills. You need to learn to go the extra mile. You need patience while serving others. All of this, and you need diligence. Said, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business, he will stand before kings and not ordinary men." The champions that you celebrate today, those who have done great things season in, season out, the footballers that you celebrate today are people, are professionals who have built service skills. Cristiano Ronaldo has played over 15 years of football and has played at a very top height. And if you go to the field of basketball, you will see that the top basketball players have built their skill to serve in that industry. If you go to music, you will see that the top players there have built their service skills. If you go into the movie industry, you will see that the top players there, they have built their service skills. So they honed their skills in private before they came to the public. So you need to hone your service skills. Why is this important? Because if you ignore your ignorance in private, your ignorance will not ignore you in public. You need to build your competence in the secret first before you seek to be famous in the public. And when you become competent in the secret, life has a way of rewarding you with the right platforms. Number 8. The 8th thing you need for great accomplishments in life as a young person is you need a strategic mentor. You need a strategic mentor. You need a strategic mentor. But today we see that a lot of young people do not want to be mentored. You need to be coached. Every star needs a coach. Every star needs a coach. Once you stop receiving instructions from your coach, you are about to embrace reproach. Young person, young man, young boy, young girl, listen to me. You need to submit yourself to this principle of having a mentor show you the way to go. A mentor is not a tormentor, by the way. A mentor is not somebody that is a dictator. A mentor is an inspiring leader that wants to see your strengths harnessed and your weaknesses reduced until they totally disappear. Your mentor is a gift from God to you, and you are the one that must pursue that mentor actively. Your mentor is a covering to your life to cover your errors and color your efforts. If you stand on the wisdom of your mentor, you will go far. Every star needs a coach. Every star needs the wisdom of his or her mentor to shine. Even Joseph needed a platform that Jacob created for him to start learning about administration. It was Jacob's platform that made Joseph to grow his competence in administration. It was the platform that Saul had that David thrived upon. It was a platform that Moses had created that Joshua thrived upon. Even Ruth had to follow Naomi, for the ladies watching this. So it is not just for men alone. The principle of mentoring or mentorship, it cuts across both genders. If you're going to be a wonder in this life, then you must submit yourself to this principle. The next thing you need as a young person is self-discipline. You need self-discipline. You need to create structures in your life that will help you develop the right attitude on a daily basis, the right habits on a daily basis, the right principles. If you are going to go very far in life, you need to have self-discipline. You need to learn to control yourself. You need to control your strengths, because an unguarded strength is double weakness. You need checks and balances. Imagine you get into a car and the brake pedal is not functioning. So speed without control would definitely lead to disaster and destruction. You need to be able to get back up even when you are tired. You need to be able to develop habits that will help you finish tasks before you reward yourself. You need to learn to put responsibility before reward. You see, in life, the dictionary is the only book where you have the word success show up before you will see the word work. But in real life, you must walk up your sleeves. You must develop tenacity. You must develop a work ethic that will see you stay up late and wake up early before everyone. You must be like Jesus Christ. He said, I must walk the works of him that sent me, because night cometh when no man can walk. It's better to be a workaholic than to be an alcoholic. It's better to be a workaholic than to be an alcoholic. And it is self-discipline that will empower you as a teenager, as a young person, to go the extra mile, that which will now make you an extraordinary person. The last but not the least thing on my list today that every young person needs to achieve great, tremendous success in the journey of life is self-discovery. Self-discovery. No one is going to help you discover you for you. You need to go on an intentional search of who you truly are. Because you don't get in life what you want, you get in life who you are. And you are more than what you see in the mirror. You are created in the image and likeness of God. God put a piece of his creativity in you. You are a piece of the masterpiece, so you are one of the master's piece. You are a specific solution to a specific problem. But life is going to test and challenge the revelation of you that you have. So self-discovery is the last thing that you need, and when you discover who you truly are, that will give you an edge in life. Those who know who they are do not follow the crowd. When you know who you are, you would have a personal vision. That vision will give you personal values. Those personal values will help you form a solid character. That character will help you to develop a clear conscience when you live a life of character. Your clear conscience is the foundation where genuine faith will grow. Because if you are going to walk to please the Lord, to please God, you have to learn to grow your faith. And godly friends will be attracted to you when you are also a godly person. When you are the type of person that God can trust, then He would entrust some secrets, some riches of life into your hands as well. And then you need to build service skills that will help you not just pay bills, but will turn you into a problem solver. And you need the guidance of a strategic mentor on the journey of life. And this will require some pursuit, so you will require self-discipline. And all of this is built on the foundation of self-discovery. It was Socrates that said, "Man, know thyself," because you are a spirit being just having a human experience. And this season of your life, being your teenage years, though it's a very short season and a short time of your life, it is a transient season. It's a season whereby you are making a journey from being an infant to becoming an adult. And there are a lot of questions on your heart that only God can answer for you. So you need to create an active relationship with God, because without the Spirit of your Maker, you can't really make it in life. I hope these 10 points really blessed you. I hope these truths will be applied by you so that you can produce great and lasting results. You can leave a comment just below this video of the point that blessed you the most, or send this video to someone, or ask a question either on the comment section or send me a DM. I want to leave you with this last words of wisdom from one of the greatest minds that has passed through the earth. He said, "He that must be great, let him become your servant. He that must be great, let him become the servant of all." So if you're going to be that teenager that goes the extra mile, that becomes extraordinary, you must focus on these 10 things on a daily basis to become that super teenager that you have the capacity to be. As I leave you tonight, I want to say to you that you are one of the reality of God's dreams for humanity. Exceed as you proceed. God bless you.